Beginning with this conundrum that the community is debating on Tiffany Stratton, and more especially, her character's current state. It's unclear to fans if Tiffany Stratton is a tweener, a heel, a babyface, or perhaps just a neutral character. In recent years, WWE has increased the number of neutral characters they use. Gunther and Braun Breaker are two people that currently get away with being neutral characters. Because of their heel tendencies, those two characters are classified as neutral. However, they may occasionally shake hands with their opponents following a bout and engage in similar activities. Fans are now having trouble determining which category Tiffany Stratton falls into in terms of her character status. It seemed crystal evident at the time of the cash-in, when Tiffany Stratton finally managed to escape the weekly emotional torment she was receiving from Nia Jax and Candice. It was a complete babyface moment. However, Tiffany Stratton gave off a heel-like vibe with her January 10th promo and some of her remarks there. She also revealed several revelations that completely changed our preconceived notions about this subject. The article implied that Tiffany and Nia were close friends before this Tiffany Stratton commercial. The reason their friendship soured was because Nia Jax became suspicious that Tiffany might be cheating on her. So Nia set out to psychologically destroy Tiffany from the inside out by saying hurtful things and making her doubt herself. Tiffany was the innocent party because she valued their friendship and wasn't actually planning to cheat on Nia Jax at all. But because of all the abuse Nia was giving her, Tiffany changed her mind and chose to cheat on Nia Jax. And since Nia had caused Tiffany to endure months of psychological pain, it produced a story in which you wanted Tiffany to break away and cash in on Nia Jax. So no one would view Tiffany as the bad friend in that situation. Because of the way the tale has been presented in recent months, Tiffany Stratton would be seen as a big babyface for confronting her violent companion. However, Tiffany Stratton disclosed on the January 10th episode of SmackDown that her strategy has always been to profit from Nia Jax. Tiffany claimed that although Nia Jax had believed she was foolish and unsophisticated for the previous few months, Tiffany was actually controlling the whole thing and had never been devoted to Nia Jax. There is nothing really wrong with that twist, but it does seem to detract from Tiffany's image as a babyface character. Still, it's an interesting little twist. Here, we believed Tiffany was being a babyface for confronting her evil best friend who had betrayed her. However, Tiffany Stratton was the one who actually betrayed and backstabbed Nia Jax because her goal from the beginning was to gain Nia's trust so that she could cash in when the time was perfect, which is dishonest and rather nasty. Since Nia Jax was the one working here the entire time, it almost makes you feel sorry for her in an odd way. Therefore, it's not necessarily a terrible turn of events that destroys the plot. But Tiffany Stratton's revelation maintains her reputation as a character who is essentially cunning, manipulative, and unreliable rather than the newly transformed, naive babyface that everyone initially believed. Additionally, after this revelation and a review of some of the story's events, several things occurred that lend credence to Tiffany's assertion that everything was part of her plan from the beginning. During a particular episode where the celebrities were attempting to agitate Nia and Tiffany, Tiffany abruptly interrupted and declared that she could defeat Nia Jax at any time and from any location without the briefcase. Tiffany immediately recanted what she had said at the time and claimed she didn't mean it. However, in retrospect following this shocking disclosure, it appears that Tiffany Stratton was speaking when she said that rather than the ignorant persona she was presenting to Nia. Thus, that previous event there does support the idea that Tiffany was lying the entire time. Given all of this new information, it doesn't appear that Tiffany Stratton will be a complete babyface during this title reign. Even if Nia had been incredibly kind to Tiffany over the past few months, Tiffany was coming for her anyhow and was going to hit Nia regardless of how Nia treated her. We'll have to wait and see how her persona changes throughout the reign because she did tease and give off some minor heel indications in the January 10th commercial. Bayley will be Tiffany's first opponent as champion, it has been revealed. Thus, that match ought to reveal a lot about Tiffany's personality as well. Will she treat Bayley with dignity? Will she attempt to cheat? That match should provide a number of clues regarding Tiffany's current character status. Let's now discuss a hilarious bloodline idea that the Raw cast members themselves brought up after the program. The new bloodline now faces an uncertain future since Solo Sikoa essentially lost the small claim he had to be the tribe chief after losing to Roman Reigns. Commentary continued referring to the trio as the old new bloodline, so it even sounds like they may be getting a new faction name. That appears to be a small indication that Tama, Jacob, and Solo may be getting a little repackaged soon. However, the main point being made by fans is that Solo Sikoa has no claim to any tribal chief position because he no longer holds the Ula Fala and lost the tribal combat match. As a result, Tama and Jacob have no genuine incentive to remain faithful to Solo. The Raw panel alluded to the possibility that history might repeat itself here, but since Solo Sikoa's karma was now coming, Solo took advantage of the ideal opportunity to enter and seize the throne. What if this is just another ideal opportunity for someone to enter and seize the opportunity to establish themselves as the best? That someone is clearly being Fatu Jacob. For more evidence supporting this notion, you can even examine the January 10th episode of SmackDown. Since Solo Sikoa was nowhere to be seen, Jacob Fatu took over as the new bloodline's mouthpiece, leader, and shot caller right away. Jacob's tenure as the temporary leader will be brief because Solo will return on the January 17th edition of SmackDown. However, what if Jacob Fatu uses this brief taste of power to realize that he really doesn't have to listen to Solo Sikoa any longer? With Ula Fala out of the picture and Solo currently having a major slump, Jacob Fatu could seize the opportunity and seize complete control of the new bloodline. Profit from the weak tribal leader who has just suffered a significant defeat, just like Solo Sikoa did in 2024. Solo Sikoa's karma is immaculate. Paul Heyman attempted to inform Solo that the bloodline members he was bringing in were all unreliable, evil guys. What better way to fulfill all of Paul Heyman's warnings than for Jacob and Tama to turn against Solo Sikoa? There were recent speculations that suggested WWE was interested in further developing Jacob Fatu and having him face Roman Reigns in a major show later on, which makes the possibility of him taking over seem extremely plausible. Therefore, it would seem like a match and feud that would excite all Bloodline fans if Jacob Fatu were to fully take over the new Bloodline and develop into a formidable threat to Roman Reigns. Keep an eye on Jacob Fatu because this could be the opportunity he needs to seize control of the entire organization. However, what do you think of the stories from today? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe with all notifications enabled, and hit like if you liked it. I appreciate you everyone watching.